Good morning, my dear students. In this session, we'll take up the two families. The family name is Solanaceae, one more is Liliaceae. In your book, they have given one more family, that is Fabaceae. That Fabaceae family description got deleted due to this situation. So, what we are doing with these two families? The two families, Solanaceae and Liliaceae, we are learning very semi-descriptive, semi-technical description of these two families. Okay, one is Solanaceae, one more is Liliaceae. So we have understood how to write the description of the plant or of the flower and about the inflorescence, and also we understood about the floral diagram and floral formula. By recognizing, by memorizing all those technical, semi-technical description, the general characters of all those semi-technical description, will start learning the Solanaceae and Liliaceae family. The first one is Solanaceae. Solanaceae family, the examples, how many examples will come under this family? How many examples means what type of plants comes under this family? There will be brinjal, potato, tomato, chili, pepper, belladonna, so like these type of datura, like this type of plants comes under Solanaceae family. Now what we have to do? We have to start learning the vegetative characters and floral characters of this family. So first of all, I'd like to introduce this family. The family name, it also known as potato family, and all these families worldwidely distributed, worldwidely distributed. It is not restricted to the India. It is distributed throughout the country, like throughout the country, in sense it's not like it is available in temperate Antarctic region. It's not like that. Few of the continents, few of the areas will be having this type of plants. The one is temperate, tropical, subtropical. So these time in these areas, temperate regions, tropical regions in sense America, Australia, Asia, Africa. In all these countries, these families means these the plants comes under these families are distributed. Subtropical in sense northeast and what is that, so, southwestern America, and temperate in sense the warm areas. In all these regions, the family members are available. So with this small introduction, we'll discuss the vegetative characters now. The vegetative characters, as I told you, we have to tell the type of plant. The first thing what we have to do, we have to describe the type of plant. What type of plants are available in this family? Here there will be herbs are present, shrubs are present, and small. So what I am telling you, here I am talking about the type of plants. Okay. So small trees are comes under this family. This family in sense, the Solanaceae family, it consists of herbs and shrubs and also trees. Okay, so all these type of plants comes under Solanaceae family. And coming to the stem, stem is cylindrical, erect, hollow, cylindrical, erect, hollow, and aerial. In herbaceous plants, it will be rarely woody. Okay, aerial. Next, branched, hairy, or glabrous. Now, what does it mean? All these descriptions has a small description. Okay, small means just understand this. Okay, now we'll take up the description of stem. Cylindrical means you know the shape of the cylinder, my dear students. The stem shape will be cylindrical. Erect means it is straight. Hollow means inside the stem, in some of the plant, air cavities, a cavity will be present, that's why it is known as hollow. Aerial means it is not submerged under, it is not going to submerge under the soil or under the water, it is an aerial plant. In the environment it used to grow. And branched in sense it has number of branches, the plant consists of number of branches, unlike the what is that monocotyledonous. As I told you, it doesn't have many branches, but though this is the dicot plant, we can call it as a branched one. Hairy, on the stem we can find hairs on the stem. In some of the plant hairs are present, and in some of the plants hairs are absent. If the hairs are absent, that type of stem is known as glabrous type of stem. As we discussed here, some of them are herbs. Some of them are herbs. Some of the plants are grow as herbaceous plant. But here in some plants, herbaceous they consist of, or there will be a type of like in the herbs, what we understood, what we have the knowledge about herb is a very soft and sensitive or delicate stem. But in this type of family, the herbaceous plants, they have a small rare kind of, like, no, not rare kind of, rarely they may have a strong stem, like a woody type of stem they have. So this is the feature which is seen in this type of family. Underground stem in sense, you know the potato is actually a stem. Okay, so this type of stems are present under the soil. So that's why, though we are talking about the stem here, it is necessary to point out this character. In this family, the stems grow under the soil. That's why it is known as underground stem. Underground stem they have, that stem is known as potato. Now, next is leaves. Leaves are sometimes, they are, let me tell you from the beginning, they are simple in sense they'll have this type of leaves, they have simple. The opposite to the simple means, simple will be, you can call it as compound or pinnately compound leaves. Compound in sense, more than 2 or 3 altogether they'll form a broad palm shaped structure leaf. We can call it as, so simple means having only one petiole and leaf lamina and the midrib and all. So the type of having simple structure in the leaf, we can call it as a simple leaf or simple structure. simple leaf. Okay, how we drew the diagram of leaf like this, no? So we'll have the same here. So now other descriptions about leaf. The leaves are alternate. Alternate means, what do you mean by alternate? So from this node, consider this is one node. Through this node one leaf arises and one more node will be present, and from the another node one more leaf arises. So these are all this is the type of alternate arrangement of phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy means arrangement of leaf. So alternate in sense one after the other. One more leaf will be here, one more will be here, like that alternately the leaves are going to arranged. The next character is rarely pinnate. Rarely pinnately compound. So rarely pinnately compound means in some of the plants the leaves will be arranged like this. Okay, this type of arrangement of leaves is known as pinnately compound leaf. You might have seen this type of arrangement of leaves, my dear students. So this type of arrangement of leaf is known as pinnately compound leaf. So that type of arrangement of leaves are also seen in Solanaceae family. Exstipulate in sense. So this is the leaf. Okay, and this is the simple leaf. If a stipule is present at the base of the leaf, if such an organ is present at the base of the leaf, this type of structure is known as stipule. If the stipule is absent, that type of arrangement is known as, or that type of character is known to be exstipulate. Ex means absence. And now coming to the venation. Venation means what, my dear students? You might have seen the banana leaf. How the banana leaf will be. So this is how the leaf will be. Okay. So you might have seen the arrangement of veins inside the banana leaf. The arrangement of veins will be parallel. Not only in banana leaf, in all monocotyledonous plant, it consists of parallel venation. Venation means arrangement of leaf. So the arrangement of, not leaves, arrangement of veins. The arrangement of veins are parallel in monocotyledonous. But here it is about the dicotyledonous plant. The arrangement of venation should be reticulate venation. Reticulate venation means the veins will be a network type. Reticulate, that's why it is known as reticulate venation. Okay, now coming to the, so after the leaf, what next? Now it is all about the floral characters. So first of all, we have to tell the type of inflorescence. So what type of inflorescence does it possess? You might have seen the potato or tomato plant. The type of inflorescence is solitary, axillary or cymose. Solitary means producing the formation of only one flower at the tip of the twig. So consider this is the twig. Here number of leaves will be present. So the modified stem is known as floral axis. At this floral axis, it may consist only one flower, it may bear only one flower. So that type of flower, that type of arrangement in plant is known to be a solitary inflorescence. Solitary means single. And axillary or cymose. Cymose means what, my dear students? The twig ends or the tip of the floral axis ends with only one flower, and it gives rise to number of flower at the basal region. From the base of this flower, it again forms number of branches. Branches means number of secondary and tertiary organs. In that tertiary and secondary and tertiary axis, it again produces the flower. So this type of having the flower in the bunch is known as cymose type of inflorescence. It may produces the flower or inflorescence at the tip or at the axillary region. Okay, that's why it has given as axillary or cymose type of inflorescence. Now coming to the flower arrangement. How many calyx are present, how many corolla are present, all those things we have to write here. Flower is bisexual and actinomorphic. Actinomorphic means it means the flower can cut into from any of the plane. If you cut the flower, you will get two equal halves of the flower. It means what? It is radially symmetrical. That's why it has given the name as actinomorphic. Bisexual means what? Both the organs, sex reproductive organs are male and female reproductive organs are present in the flower. That's why it has the character of bisexual. And coming to the calyx, calyx is 5 in number, sepals 5, and all are united with one another with valvate estivation. Now what does it mean, valvate estivation? Valvate estivation means sepals. If you want to draw the floral diagram based on this character, how you will write? You will write like this. You have to write like this. Draw the circle and then make 5 sepals. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we have 5 sepals and all are united. United means first make the one more layer so that you will come to know you are drawing the sepal. And all are united means what? United means you have to draw one more line which means the sepals get attached with one another, so that it gives the meaning of united sepals. United means if it is not united, if it is free, you need not to show the line over here, the links over here. Okay, now valvate estivation means what, my dear students? Valvate estivation means the margin of this sepal and this, they both, the margins are not going to overlap to the subsequent sepal. So this sepal margin and this sepal margin are, they are just touching with one another. They have just a link with one another. They are not going to overlap with one another. That's why valvate, it means that it is a valvate type of estivation. Okay, we'll continue with this floral diagram, because in your syllabus you have to draw the floral diagram also. While describing that semi-technical description of family, you have to draw the, what is this, floral diagram. Now coming to the corolla, corolla too have the same description, like petals 5, united, and valvate estivation. Now we have 5 petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And okay, valvate estivation. United. United means show the lines, links in between one petal and one more petal. The outer whorl is calyx, the inner whorl is corolla. Now in your book, in the calyx description, they have given the name as persistent, right? Now what is persistent? So I'll draw the diagram here. You'll come to know what I am talking here. What is this? This is the structure of eggplant, or sorry, what is this? This is the fruit. Which fruit it is? It is a brinjal. But according to you, it is known as a vegetable. But according to me, in a plant, if this type of structure has arisen, it is known as a fruit. Okay. So in this fruit, the flower consists of what all the things the flower consists. The flower consists of calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. When that flower fertilizes, after the fertilization, all the accessory whorls should wither off. So that is the rule of nature. After fertilization, what has to be? It has to wither off its accessory whorls. Only the androecium also wither off. Only the gynoecium, only that ovary part will remain as it is. Though that ovary will become fruit, ovule will become seeds. Only that part will left over. But in Solanaceae family, the calyx remains as it is. After the fruit formation, the calyx, if it is remain as it is in with the fruit, that type of calyx is known as persistent. Okay. Now, corolla is petals 5 and united and valvate type of estivation. Now androecium stamens 5, epipetalous. So how you will show the epipetalous condition in the floral diagram? So epipetalous means what? On the petals, the androecium got fixed to the petals. From the petals, the androecium arises. The androecium, the place of origination is petal. That's why they have given as epipetalous. Okay. So now how you will show the diagram which has to indicate the character as epipetalous. Epipetalous. So just draw From the petal you have to take one line and you have to show the androecium. So this is the symbol of drawing the androecium. So like this, if you draw by taking a line from the petal, it means what? It means the arrangement of androecium from the petal. One more is there. What is that? Gynoecium. Gynoecium is bicarpellary and obligately placed. Obligately placed. And gynoecium bicarpellary obligately placed and bicarpellary. Let me complete the description of obligately placed. This is one locule and this is one locule. Okay, so these are the two locules having the ovules inside it. So you have this may have the ovules like this. Okay, one thing, bicarpellary means it has two carpels. Carpels means pistils, and those two pistils are obligately placed. Consider this will be the one carpel and this will be the one more carpel which has in a flower. So one right carpel will be this carpel. Okay, so this carpel will be facing to the right position and one more carpel will be facing to the left position, and they both are have the difference, have the variation of 40-degree angle. So the type of arrangement is known as obligately placed gynoecium. Okay, so consider just complete this diagram. This diagram shows the floral diagram of, make the connection like this, my dear students. Okay, because it indicates the united sepal and petal. Okay, so this is the structure of floral diagram. And now how you will write the description of fruit. So we have some more description about gynoecium. This one I'll erase. So this is syncarpus. Syncarpus means, you know the differentiation between syncarpus and apocarpus. Ovary is superior and it is bilocular, as if we have drawn in the diagram showing the two locules. This is one locule, this is one locule. It means what? Having two locules, bilocular. Placenta is swollen placenta with many ovules and berry or capsule. Seeds are many endospermous. Now we'll take up the description of all these words, my dear students. So, what does it mean? Placenta is swollen with many ovules. Means what, my dear student? Placenta is, it will be like this, swollen. Where will be the placenta? So, consider this is the ovary, okay? Inside it, the placenta will be like this, and here they have given the ovary superior. Superior ovary means on the placenta, the ovary will be present. Okay, so this is the condition of swollen placenta and superior ovary onto the thalamus. If the ovary is placed, this condition is known as ovary is superior. Placenta is swollen with many ovules. Inside this ovary, you'll have, it will be number of ovules will be present inside the ovary. Okay, fruit is berry or capsule. Fruit is berry or capsule. Berry means what? You might have seen the blueberries, blackberries, and white berries. How the berries will be? It will be in a bunch form, right? So, and all those fruit are, and the fruit berry will be juicy and having many seeds in it. So that's why that type of fruit is known to be berry type of fruit. Juicy and round and brightly colored fruits are known as berry. Okay, now what about capsule? Capsule means the ovary or the fruit, it will become open and the seeds used to disperse from the fruit. So the type of fruit is known to be capsule type of fruit. Okay. Now seed. Seed means what? Seed means, you know very well, the seeds will be many in number, as like in tomato and in the what is that, brinjal. You may see number of seeds in it, and each seed consists of endosperm. Now what is endosperm? Endosperm will be, it is a structure, or it is a structure. Consider this is the seed. Okay, this seed, it will be having an embryo. Which structure, which organ should be fertilized, should be placed under the soil, so that we'll get a new plant? That is the seed, my dear students. So what will be there in the seed? Seed may contain an embryo, a small embryo, which may have plumule and radicle. The plumule will give rise to shoot axis, the radicle will give rise to root axis. Okay, so this is the structure which is responsible to grow shoot and root of the plant. Now this is the seed, so this is the embryo. Now the leftward portion is there, no, it is known as endosperm. So this endosperm will be filled with number of reserve food materials. So that's why it is known as endospermous. If the endosperm is absent in some of the families, endosperm is absent, that type of seeds are known to be non-endospermous, X-albuminous, non-albuminous. In the next year, you are going to study about that. But here, just understand, endosperm is the seed, it contains endosperm. Endosperms means having reserve food materials in the seed. The seed structure, some of the structure, if it may contain reserve food material, that structure is known as endosperm. That's it. Now coming to the floral formula of this Solanaceae family. looking at the description, you have to write the floral formula. Floral formula will be right from the flower. I'm going to write the floral formula of this family. This is bisexual. Right from the actinomorphic I'll take. Actinomorphic means what symbol we have to put? So this symbol, okay, comma, bisexual, okay. Calyx is 5 in number and it is united. Corolla is 5 in number and it is also united. Androecium is 5 and it is on the corolla. And gynoecium is superior ovary with 2 locules and both are fused. So this is all about the floral formula of Solanaceae family. Okay, which structure they have taken for the example? The structure is, it means, I'll tell you, Solanum nigrum, Mackay plant. Solanum nigrum, all these characters like flower character, calyx, corolla, floral formula, floral diagram, it all about the Solanum nigrum flower, Solanum nigrum plant flower. Okay, by taking one particular example, they have shown the characteristic features of particular these characters, my dear students. But earlier, while describing the vegetative characters, what we study, some are like this, some are like that, but here we have to tell particular one definition. Number of features will be present, but it will be more effectively represented if we take one example from the family. Okay, now one more thing is there. What is that? Economic importance. What are the economic importance of this Solanaceae family? Very important, my dear students. These plants, this family plants used in food and medicine and as a fumigatory and also it used as ornamental plant and it has been some of the plants used as spices. Okay, I'll take the examples of Solanaceae family which been used in food, which been used as food purpose. One is tomato, potato, brinjal. Okay, so these are the 3 examples used as food. In the food we are using this type of plant means it is highly economic one. Okay, medicine, ashwagandha and belladonna. So these two are the examples comes under economically important, medicinally economic important plant. Fumigatory is tobacco. Ornamental is petunia. Spices is chili. Okay, so these are all the structures, important concept you have to remember, my dear students. Okay, so if you have any doubt in this concept, right from the structure, habitat, and after that types of plant, and after that vegetative characters. We took up the stem, the structures of stem, how will be the stem in Solanaceae family, and then we'll take up the leaves and all. After that we came to the floral characters. In the floral characters it was inflorescence, and then flower, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, fruit, seed. If you have any doubt in any of the concept, please ask me. Don't skip or don't go as it is, so that if you understand this, it will become more easier to understand in the future concept. Future concept means in higher studies, if you are going to select the science related or biology or this type of or if you are going to the agriculture, this will help you, because this is just a basic concept you must have to understand, my dear students. Thank you.